Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. Well, today I'm starting a new day and I'm a little annoyed. Gotta be honest with you. Got here last night at about 2 a.m. and I'm about 10 minutes from the yard. Got here to load, and after specifically asking my boss I asked her about 4 p.m. last night when my appointment time was here. She never gave me an answer. And I get here and I find out that it's not till 1 p.m. And then I had already checked in, and they don't let drivers leave once they check in here, unless it's for an emergency. So I had to stay here when I could have gone home last night. 10 minutes from the yard. So I sent my boss a text. I said, hey, I asked you specifically what time I had to be here, and you never told me it was for 1 p.m. So now I can't leave, and I appreciate it. So she never replied back to that either. That's one thing that my boss needs to work on. She needs to work on communication, big time. That's one big pet peeve I have with her. She just does not. If you ask her a question she doesn't want to answer, she just won't answer. Just won't answer. That is a big issue. A big issue. But anyways, I'm getting loaded now. At least I'm in a door. And I am heading down to South Carolina after this. So I'm going to get out of this snow and hopefully get into some warmth. So what do you say we go ahead and have some breakfast and get ready to head on down south, huh? Alright, time to get out of here. Gonna head to the yard and get this tail light, or this wiring issue dealt with before I head down to South Carolina. Let's do it. Gotta turn the wrong way so I can make a U-turn and go back. Too tight of a turn for me to turn right and go straight towards the guard shack out of that door. Place I'm at right now, you don't have to open your doors to back in. You back into the door with your doors closed. And I understand why they do that, especially for reefers, because they don't want you losing the temperature, you know, when you open the doors and whatnot. But it's inconvenient. It's convenient in the fact that, yeah, I don't have to get out in the cold and open my doors or close them when I pull out. But it's inconvenient because I have no idea. I have no way of knowing where the load stops on my trailer, which I don't like not knowing that, because thankfully this is a light load, so it doesn't pertain to this load. It's only 30,000 pounds, so it could be 30,000 pounds all the way to the middle of the trailer and then stop. I'll be fine on all my axles. But if it's a 43,000 pound load, you know, you need to be able to know exactly where the load stops, how far back on the trailer it goes, so you have an idea of where to line your tandems up. Because, you know, but the thing is, though, they seal your trailer from the inside of the warehouse, so you can't even you can't even check the inside of your trailer. And you're not even allowed on the docks before they seal it, you know, so it's a real kind of a pain in that way. But here we are at the guard shack, and they're going to go ahead and check us out and check the seal, make sure we're all hunky-dory, ready to go. We good?
Yes,
all
sir.
Right, have a good one.
You too.
Thank you. Gotta wait for the gate to open. There we go. Never forget that you're in a big truck. What I mean by that is don't jump the gun, and just because the gate has cleared your windshield, you start to go. You gotta remember you have a much taller trailer behind you. And your truck is a lot taller than just what your windshield is set at. Alright, let's get to the yard and get this darn wire fixed and get on the road. bounce up there on the windshield more. Seems like it shakes a lot less. It vibrates a lot less. I guess because that plastic that it was on the dashboard just isn't firm enough. But it has a much steadier frame, much steadier picture on the windshield, I feel. You know, I watch a lot of Trucker Josh vlogs. In fact, he's one of the drivers amongst many that have inspired me to do my channel. And I gotta say, watching his vlogs, I'm a little jealous of some of the roads up there in Canada. You know, the drivers up there see some beautiful scenery. And, you know, although the interstate system here makes driving super convenient, it's boring. You know, it's super boring. You don't get to drive through little towns like this very often. You know, you see some of his vlogs where he's driving through these small little villages on some back road highway up in Canada. You know, and that's just the main route. You know, that's the most traversed highway for the specific route that he's on. And I'm just super jealous of that because I'd love to do that. I really would. I'd love to. You know, I love going through little towns like this. I love being on 2-lane roads. It keeps you awake, keeps you alert. To me, it's just a better way to drive. The interstates make everybody jaded. They really do. I mean, like I said, they're extremely convenient. I can't argue that. They're super convenient modes of transportation. But you succumb to the white line, to the white dotted line passing you after so long, and it causes you to get drowsy sooner. You know, you kind of become separated from everything else. You know, when you're driving through these little towns like this, you see how everybody lives. You see more scenery. You get to take it in a lot more. To me, that's one of the best things about trucking is the scenery. And when you're on the interstate, you know, well, see, we just don't have time to stop at like a lot of scenic areas to really take it in. So all we have is our windshield. So it's nice when you can kind of take it easy and go down these 2-lane roads and through these small towns like this. Even though this town's not far from where I live, you know, it's just an example of what I'm talking about. But of course, once I get done having my trailer lights fixed, I'll be heading to the interstate, head south. So, enjoying it while I can. Alright, we're all fixed up. Lights are all working on the trailer. I'm going to go wash the salt off of this truck because it looks absolutely horrible right now. So, I'm going to wash off the salt even though I'm probably going to get dirty again, but at least I'll get a layer of the salt off. And we'll get it all washed up and looking good for a few miles. It's a free truck wash, so why not? Another one of our drivers. I don't know which one is it. There's my boss. When I was a kid, I was terrified of the automatic car washes. The other side of this, I'm sure, is sheer ice. Alright, let's get out and take a look at it and see how big of a difference it made. I'll fall and slip on the ice. Oh yeah, it's a lot cleaner. Those wheels alone look a lot better. Hopefully it'll last for a few hundred miles. We'll see. All this ice. All right. Now we can start heading south.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any deeper now? I gave you all I own, put you on this golden throne, but I'm a little stronger now. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out, 'cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
Right now I'm on 35. Heading towards West Virginia. I love this route. It's such a easy route. Just, hardly any traffic. This is the very first route that I ever drove. I got my CDL. Took this route with my trainer. Down to Charlotte, North Carolina, following the flatbed with some flat steel coils on it. I've done this route 100 times. I love taking 35 down into West Virginia to 64 to 77.
It's so strong. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out, 'cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
Stop here and use the facilities. Been driving now for the last 5 hours straight, and in that 5 hours I've drank over a half a gallon of water. So yeah, we're at the Tamarack Travel Plaza on 77 in West Virginia. gray bottle just hanging out in the road. Ready? This is the pain about driving a truck sometimes, is having to find someplace just to stop to use the bathroom. Especially at this time of night. Parking, it's just going to get worse with the ELDs, but parking is just non-existent. And you cannot just pull into any parking lot like you can when you're in your car on a road trip. So it makes it very, very difficult to go to the bathroom. Sometimes you just kind of have to make parking spaces.
Turn left in 600 feet.
Well, maybe I'll just have to park in the fuel lane. And that's what it resorts to sometimes in this situation, because there's not really anywhere else around here to go. I mean, even like for the next 50 or 60 miles, there's nowhere else for a big truck to go. When you gotta stop to use the bathroom, you kind of have to make drastic decisions. It might annoy some people, but what can you do? So, you just pull in here and go and use the bathroom, I guess. I hate to do it, but I don't have much of an option.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow.
Well, here we are in Ellery, South Carolina. Just gotta find my destination. I'm just hoping that they will let me stay on the property for a few hours until my appointment time. Are there actually trucks down here? Looks like there's actually trucks down here. Well, okay. What do you say we park here? Sounds like a great idea. Overnight parking, $5. Oh, these brat bastards. Okay, I'm not parking here. I will not pay to park a goddamn truck. I just won't do it. It annoys the piss out of me when you're taken advantage of like that. Alright, let's see what happens. Good news, I can stay here. So let's get this thing back into a spot. right. Well, here I am. I'm glad I could park here on the property. I love being able to do that. That way, I don't have to get up extra early. I can just sleep until like 15 minutes before my appointment time. So that gives me about 5 hours. So that's not too bad. So 5 hours of sleep. That includes I'm gonna have some dinner too. But yeah. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call her a night. And I hope you all have a good one out there and stay safe. Hope you all get home to your families here soon, if you're not already there. So enjoy the day, guys. Alright? Enjoy the night, whatever time it is you're watching this. Alright, we'll see you all later.